just dealing with all kinds of messes right now. Like, you know, with us adding more money into production for the shows and stuff like that.
I felt like this one, the setup was like hectic as well. Like you guys had the stage in the middle,
Yeah,
like
yeah, we're trying to
whole new
curate.
level.
We're trying to curate things slightly differently now. We're trying to put more money into production. You know, trying to put more money into lighting. You know, just more investment. So at the end of the day, that's why it makes it a bit more special and a bit more expensive as well. So it's
Yeah,
like, and you know, people have their own opinions about what they think of the brand and stuff like that. But yeah, it's no longer just a small thing anymore. It's now becoming
yeah.
a big medium, and it's always been a big medium. But now we're really trying to like take this shit up to the moon.
Cause what, like you had Isaac, Skeezer, and all them performing, right? Like
Yeah.
that was mad.
So Isaac, I love Isaac, man. Real good guy, solid
Yeah.
guy. Big skis.
So if you guys don't know, Edgez run events. He's like a proper business guy. He's got all sorts of stuff that we're gonna talk about. Why don't you tell him about like some of the stuff that you do, like besides just events?
Also, back in like
That's why I call him the King of Sydney.
well, like yeah, like I started originally back in 2016 when I was like 18, 19, 19 years old.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like not long ago, and I was just like doing digital media marketing for clients and stuff like that.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh man, that shit was hard back then because I didn't really know. You know, I was trying to look I was trying to get a job at the time.
Was that like your first step into like the entrepreneur world?
Yeah, it was. It was because like and it was. But I've always been charismatic because prior to that, I used to make videos on YouTube and
Yeah, you used to be a YouTuber.
yeah, like I've got like millions of viewers and like like thousands of subscribers and like people on Twitter. I think I like heaps of followers on Twitter, and I was running like meme accounts and stuff like that, and like one of them had like still has like 1.9 million followers, and like just all kinds of shit that I was dabbling into, and I really saw how you can make money from the internet, utilizing social media, and like how you can actually better other people around you, and how you can create opportunities for others.
Yeah.
And you can promote other people, and you can create a name for yourself. But at the same time, it's like I also learned like the negative side to it, how people just be trying to bully each other, make fun of each other. Like,
how were you dealing with the like negative comments back then when you were a kid?
Man, when I was a kid, I would laugh at the negative comments, and I still do. Like, I think I even have videos.
The internet trolls, bro, them cunts go crazy.
I would even do these videos where I would like react to like negative tweets about me, or like react to negative comments, and people would like comment like Nate Higgers. So if you flip the letters around, it says hate niggas. You know what I mean? Like, I would have people like
tell my, like,
some people were like, yo, like they would tell my dad like, your dad has AIDS.
Fuck.
Like, like you should go die in a ditch. Your hairline, you're fat, you're chubby. And I was like, back then, I wasn't even that much of a big boy, but I was like getting all kinds of comments. Like, so it's like nothing it doesn't faze me now. And also now looking at shit from a business perspective, it's like, like you're gonna get hated on either way.
Either way, bro.
Either way.
Like,
and I know like heaps of motherfuckers that are like super nice. You know what I mean? Like they have genuine intentions. And then it's it's like they are the ones that are made to be like the devil, bro. And every day it's like
this nigga got COVID.
Oh, you got COVID. Oh shit.
No,
shit, nigga got COVID in the back, bro. Nah,
Nah, go on.
But it's like that's a situation with a lot of the internet, and like dealing with all that. Like, I know at times like I've taken things personally, like, because at the end of the day, like, I'm still the same, but when it's like now it kind of hits different, because it's like I'm now getting hated on for making certain business decisions, or like making not putting certain people in lineups, and just people being petty, and people feeling insecure.
What do you reckon? Sorry for interrupting. Yeah. What hate you reckon is like more worse, like when you were a kid, or now when you're like dealing with like business side of?
I feel like business side of things, because it's funny, because it's like, nigga, you could just come and talk to me in person.
Yeah, you can, because internet trolls, you don't know them. Like, they're from like they live in a jungle.
Yeah, live in the jungle. But even internet trolls, they're kind of the same. Because the thing is, like, even with business trolls or people just like trying to call me Satan or call
Satan,
me Shaitan, bro.
Edgez the demon.
Yeah, call me demon or the Edgez the debt collector.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, because I'm running multiple ventures in the cut. But it's like the thing is, I'm very proud of myself because I feel like I'm gonna be one of the first African Australians to really like build this thing properly because I'm doing everything fully legally. I'm paying my taxes. Shout out to the ATO.
Fuck the ATO.
You niggas are watching me every day. You know, I'm doing everything.
If you're watching this, subscribe.
You know, subscribe to us, man. But don't follow me too much, man, because I know you niggas are on my dick, bro. But it's like, you know, I'm doing things the right way. You know what I mean? I'm really trying, and I'm really like trying to better myself and trying to educate myself. And like when I first started, you know, things was messy because it's like there is no blueprint. No one shows you the way to do it. And like,
and that's what we were talking about before in the car. Like, like crazy. Yeah,
there's no one who, like we're talking like I've been talking to Gucci for quite a while. It's like we always have these honest discussions. Like there's actually no blueprint. And like the thing is,
100.
even I know people that go to academies and schools, JMC, the industry, bro. Like all these schools, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the shit that you're being taught, it doesn't apply
in real life.
In real life, it doesn't apply. You know what I mean? Especially when like you've got like pure demons out here conniving on these up and coming acts, and like, you know,
talk about it, bro.
You know what I mean? Like all these people trying to like be the head honcho, trying to act as if they run the show, and
the
like,
industry snakes.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like none of you're all paying rent. You're living out in the West, like you're doing all these things, and you're struggling. We're all part of the same struggle. I'm from where you're from. Like
you're all trying to make it.
We're trying to make it out. Like I'm literally like making bread, but I'm realizing I'm still not making it out. Yeah. I be looking at my dog, bro. I be like, man, just give me a sign, bro.
Give me a sign.
Give me a sign.
What sign does it give you?
Bro, bro, I be looking at my puppy, bro. Just give me a sign today, bro, on how to deal with people like giving me, like all these questions that don't make any sense. And it's like, yo, like, and it's like, one thing I'm just realizing is like, even the people that have been, established here in this industry, their lives are still shaky.
Yeah.
Them being like losing a job opportunity or being fired from Triple J or something like that, that's a big cut. But then they'll move around and act as if they know everything about the industry. But nigga, you're barely even making like $100K a year doing what you do.
Yeah.
You're barely making ends meet. And then you want to come into an up and coming artist and promise the whole world? That's cap.
Yeah. Listen, before we like dive deep in the industry stuff, because it's a fucked up world, right?
It's a fucked up world. It's a fucked up world. But the thing is, what's even more fucked up, right? Is like the people that are in it that try to project this like fancy lifestyle, this bougie lifestyle, when in reality it's like you're unsettling, bro.
We're all trying to make it, bro.
We're trying to make it. Like we're all trying to get out of this system. We're all trying to like create opportunities. We're all trying to like create enterprises. We're trying to create black-owned businesses. But it's like when you see another person succeed, instead of like giving them like pointers, be like, yo, bro, like I'm gonna give you this how you can actually do this.
Yeah,
I actually need help in this. It's like, nah. They're gonna want to shoot you down, bro. They're gonna want to shoot you down,
want to suppress you,
or try to like, talk shit about you, and then like put you on blast when like their side of the story, or just vent about something. But it's like, it's also not your job when people are venting about you. One thing I'm realizing, it's not your job to go out there and like try to stop them, you know what I mean? Because it's to try and like, help people that are being misinformed. You just stick to what you're doing, because either way, whether people have good intentions behind what they say, it's like a lot of people just want to act as if they know people. It's like, I know this person, I know. It's like, so what? Like, you met me once and you shook my hand and you told me how much of a great job I'm doing. Yeah. That's not knowing me. My own dad doesn't even know me that well, you know, and he's cool with me. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like that's my dad. He knows me, but it's like when he gets to live with me, then he'll know me more.
Because you've been out since you were like 18.
I've been out since I was like 19, 18, man. Yeah. And I like, I've worked as a fundraiser, worked in non-profit, and I saw how dirty that whole side of the industry was. Because the thing
It's
is,
dirty everywhere.
it's
Fake
dirty,
people
man.
everywhere, bro.
But the thing is, right? It's like, what can you make out of that situation?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for me, my biggest concern was like moving out of Lakemba
Yeah.
because this part of the area that I was staying wasn't safe. Um, and like, you know, like bettering myself and, you know, trying to prove to my parents that I'm doing the right things. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's that whole mentality. And it was a bit fucked up because like I should have never had that mentality from the get go. I should have done it just, but I ended up
But like when you're going like through your own journey, right?
yeah, I was going through my own journey.
Were they giving you like, oh, go to school, get a degree,
Yeah,
like do the whole like that whole structure thing?
That whole structure thing, like go to university, like you're wasting your time, you're wasting your youth.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
the African vibes. Go
you know
become
a
nurse or something.
Do this, do that. And I was like, yo, like this is what I'm really trying to do. And the thing is, like, part of what I was doing when I was working as a fundraiser, I'll be the nigga that would be on the streets. Like people who know 2017 version of me.
Yeah.
When I was still in my J's, you know, walking out on the street being like, oh, excuse me, miss, you dropped your smile.
Damn.
Like trying to pick out people to sign up to charities.
Were you trying to pick out people to sign up to charities or are you trying to pick out Sajat?
No, I'm doing a bit of both. Doing a bit of both on the side. You know, like I'll be like, oh, miss, you dropped your smile. What's your name? You know what I mean? I was like a smooth criminal.
Give me your number.
I don't want to say I'm a smooth criminal. I was a smooth.
You were smooth with the words.
I was smooth with the words. You know, don't get indicted up in this podcast, bro.
Nah, yeah. Listen, bro. Tell me roughly, like, you started Swanky. What was that about, and why? Just roughly, like, you know.
So originally, I started like 2018. I started Edgez Media, which was a digital media marketing agency. Mm-hmm. We're now based in Barangaroo, and the whole aim for that was trying to help local businesses like be able to handle their social media platforms and be able to generate business sales and be able to generate clientele and move products and just generate new business utilizing social media. That was the whole intent, because like when you look at the social media here in Australia, it's a bit backwards in comparison to other countries.
What do you mean by that?
Oh man, I could go all day about that. I just feel as if the technology here in Australia, man, it's a bit backwards. Like the way products or features are added onto platforms here in Australia, they always come out a little bit later, or they're tested and trialed in certain parts of the world. Yeah. But then Australia always catches up to things late. Like a lot of social media agencies, in comparison to the social media agencies that are operating here in Australia and New Zealand, in comparison to the ones that I have started working with, because we opened up a new branch in Los Angeles, right? The way they use social media there is so different to the way we use social media. We're still like trying to do boost ads, whereas there people are like, they don't even Facebook and Instagram. They know about it, but there's like new apps which are always coming out every week, and it's like everyone is always trying to put you onto a new app, a new dating app, because that's where all these companies are made up from. They're all American based at the end of the day, because that's where the whole industry is from. So it's like just knowing that whole thing. I could go all day about this because this is my I built a whole freaking company out of this.
Yeah, but Swanky, like how
Swanky,
did you do that?
It came out of like me just understanding because I've always been passionate about visual art, film, photography, live music. Mm-hmm. I grew up with in a church, like in a family, like where we're very strong Christians back home in Africa and Zimbabwe. So we always went to church, we always sang, we always prayed. And I've got a cousin who his name is Taps. He's like,
read about him.
Read about him, man. He's like linked to all the cool acts. Is starting up his own Web 3.0 company with out there in the States and shit. He's done a lot of things, and he's known in the industry now, and he's shared stages with big artists. You know what I mean? So it's like being in the same space as him, I was just inspired to want to bring that out. Yeah. And when I wanted to start a Swanky, I was like, fuck, man, let me try to bring all these things under one roof somehow. Yeah. And then I got in touch with all my friends at the time. couldn't stop talking about the idea, what I was trying to do, trying to showcase. Started sending emails. I got rejected by a whole lot of people. Like, this is a dumb idea. Like, yeah, this doesn't work, cuz. Like, what? Who cares about art? And I remember even telling like some of my clients about the idea and the concept. They're like, artists are broke. And I'm like, oh shit, like you think I'm broke then? You know what I mean? Because like I've always like written lyrics. I've always helped out with, you know, just just helped out with when I'm in studio sessions.
At the start, it's always doubt, right? And then like once you start like proving them wrong a bit, it gets a bit easier.
But that whole that's life, bro. This is like what literally life is, bro. Like when you start, everyone is just telling you that what you're doing is bad. You're not gonna succeed. You ain't shit. Like you're trying to scam people. You're the devil. You go through everything, man. People trying to tell you what you can do, what you can do, the rules. And then people even trying to tell me like, yo, what you doing right now, bro? It's gonna turn into Fire Festival. I was just trying to do an event for like 80 people. I mean, people are trying to compare my shit, like family members, man. Fire Festival? Like, so I just kind of started to see, I was like, but that was the same reaction that I got when I was starting the agency.
So like mentally, bro, how do you deal with all these like setbacks? You're dealing with trolls, you're dealing with doubt from family members, and you're dealing with hate from the industry. How does that affect you like mentally? And how do you cope with it? Because you're holding out pretty well, and
I block it out. I talk about it. I vent about it to the people that I'm close with. You know, I share. You know, I talk like, and I also have like a therapist who I talk to and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, it's like I sleep fine, man. Like, and it's like I work hard and I get paid for what I do, and I know that I'm doing the right thing.
100%.
So it's like just that sense of like shit. Like I know what my agenda is. Why am I gonna care about someone who doesn't even know me, who only sees like a fragment of what I do? You know, a lot of people didn't know that I was running the skating platform, which
skate bonus,
which like
read about it,
man. Like I got diggers like Justin Bieber in my corner, got people like Scooter LeBron in my corner. I got all these big people up in my shelf, and they fuck with me. You know what I mean? They fuck with me, and the people because they understand like I'm just being me. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between a lot of these other people is. Like, everyone is trying to be someone they're not. Or they're trying to get verified on Instagram. They're trying to get this sense of, like, entitlement. They were trying to be published on this. But it's like, throughout my whole career, like, I've just been myself. I've tried to be myself. I've tried to be charismatic. I've tried to be funny. That's just shit that I feel naturally, to be. But
you're a confident guy? You confident?
Yeah, I consider myself confident. But I always find myself, like, constantly people trying to beat me down to not be confident or trying to like put me in situations where they question or they're trying to make me question my intentions or trying to make me doubt myself or trying to make me feel as if I'm the outcast. And I've always had that like since high school where people trying to tell me like, dude, you're not gonna be KSI. It's like I wasn't even trying to be KSI at the time. KSI was doing his own shit. You know what I mean? Like he's got his own career, he's got his own thing, and it's like just dealing with all these things, man. I've just seen like a lot of people just trying to beat me down and try to tell me like, oh, you're not gonna be successful, you're not gonna be, and then it's like I look at myself and I'm like, bro, I'm not even successful because like I'm only like still at like 40% of where I actually want to be.
Yeah.
So just that's how you gotta look at things, man. Like you gotta like block things out. And, you gotta vent things out. You gotta talk to people.
And the funny thing about it, bro, is there will be only certain people, right, that would understand the stress that come with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, for example, certain family members don't even understand.
Like, you can't just, like, certain friends around, like, they won't understand because they're not in the field, you know?
And in fact, like, certain friends, when you talk about your problems, bro, they feel as if you're bragging about it. And it's like, nigga, this ain't no brag. This is like,
bro, I need help.
I need help right now. Help me. Bro. And it's like, but then I'm telling you, like, seeing a therapist and seeing like a mental health professional.
What's that like? I want to talk about that.
That shit is important.
I'm thinking of investing into it, bro.
Yeah, that shit is important. Like $300 a session to vent about. Like,
300.
Yeah, man. Like.
I don't know about that investment. Nah.
Yeah, but it's like
I go invest in crypto.
Guys, it's a 2-hour session. You get a 2-hour session. You talk about your problems, and motherfuckers actually go deep down in your brain.
You know what I do?
Things. But that's what I'm. But the thing is, anyone like my dad, he thinks that he's a philosopher. By the way, he's a well educated man. He's
a smart guy.
Smart guy, man. Smart guy. Like also, I come from a family of like people that are well educated. My parents, you know, that they really believe in, you know, tertiary education, which is why they kept on pushing me to.
They're trying to get you down that.
Yeah, system. But then now it's like they see. But then my mom still wants me to get a degree. Shout out, mom, if you're watching this. She still wants me to get a degree. Subscribe,
PC.
Get a haircut. You know, be a clean boy, be a good African boy. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like just going through all those. I consider them like, you know, just adversities. It's just like, you know, I went to like St. Mary's Cathedral, which is like a school in the city. You know, and like I actually had to get a setting good grades, like scholarship type to get into that school. You know, to be seen as but I was a minority there, and there like I faced a lot of racism there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, all kinds of shit. Like people trying to touch my hair. They're playing music.
Yeah, nah, so fuck that. We're in the studio, so there's gonna be like music in the background. So if you're listening to this, like just enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's like just going through all these situations, man, of people like
so like when you go to church, they play with your hair.
Yeah, try and touch my hair or try to compare my hair to carpet. You know what I mean? Or like, yo, bro, your hair feels like carpet. I remember this nigga, bro, this is a funny shit. Even I laughed at one point, but I was like, this is a fucked up joke. Yeah. Nigga was like, coal, carpet, coal.
Xmas in the tree.
They trying to call my hair carpet, coal, cause.
Oh, like, but listen. I went to like when I first entered the school stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like I was like one of the. Like me and one of my relatives were like the only black people, and that used to happen too. But it was just like girls can't play with your hair or like, you know, they're like, oh, this feels mad, but
but
I guess it's the way they do it, right?
It's the way they do it,
and they're like,
it's also just like the culture that's embedded in the school, and like just how people look at African people. You know what I mean? Like after like some reading and self-educating and doing the shit that I've learned, and also like having read some of my father's articles and books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You really learn about African post-colonialism. You learn about how, you know, who we were, what we were meant to be, and how all that was taken away from us. You know what I mean? So it's like just knowing all that shit when you really know where you're from. And that's why I feel like a lot of these people, especially people of color or people, they don't really know exactly where they're from. So it's like when they take it as an opportunity to see someone of their own person, it's so easy to want to like, you know, like chime in with niggas like academics and hate on all these rappers and hate on all these people in the industry doing shit. Because that's what people do when you've got this pent up aggression, you got this anger, anguish, and you feel as if the world is not giving you what you want. You just want to hate.
Where do you think that comes from?
Self-hate.
Self-hate. Why do they hate themselves?
Because they're told by the media. That's all, bro. Look at everything right now. Even we are part of the problem too. Like as a whole collective, it's like we're part of the problem. Like I'm saying this like from a marketing perspective, we're part of the problem because like we keep on pushing all these products. You know, like whether if it's like product or product placement within music, all this shit that we do to try and like get a return on investment. Like this is what it is, and it's like when you do that, you push all these from like, you know, I know kids right now like that grew up watching me on YouTube, and they told me that I used to watch your videos when I was 8 years old.
Yeah,
8 years old, bro. 8 years old, you're watching YouTube and shit. You're spending hours on YouTube from 8, and now you're like 9, 10, 11, 12. Like every time when I meet like a fresh 18, 19-year-old, I'm scared because I'm like the way they think of the world, bro, is so different to the way I think. Because I grew up in a third world country, and then I moved over here when I was like 12. So it's like my perspective of the world is so different, and I've gone back home every now and then. You know what I mean? I've got family there, so I'm really connected with my people. So it's like whenever I'm here and people are talking shit about me or whatever it is, bro, like I couldn't care less because I've got like a whole nother, you know, world out there. People that don't even care about the internet. All they care about is just having clean water and resources and just like, you know, living a simple life. And like that's what makes me, you know, work hard and try to create opportunities for other people.
Yeah.
And see the importance. But it's like you learn as you go. I feel you learn as you go, but and you take L's. Well, it's because I'm telling you, bro. Like to say that I've built my company and with the best people out there, like you can go on glassdoor.com. I'm sure there's probably like a negative review about me, or there's no reviews about me.
You still getting like hate comments from like fake accounts?
Obviously, man. That's part of social media.
Yeah.
It's part of everything, and it's like you gotta like, but it's like I love it though, because it's like you're taking out. See, listen to this. Listen to this. You're taking the time to create a fake account.
Yeah.
To go on my page.
Yeah.
And hate on me. Just me, just this big black nigga just sitting down at home, do nothing, or like I'm probably like fucking like working or like trying to find a way to make money or find a way to pay bills or do a show. You gonna hate on me? Like
me?
Bro, like you know what I mean? Like what?
Are you not entertained?
Like what did I do to you? And all I do sometimes, like bro, like half of the time I'm telling you, bro. Like I told you, I've been looking at my dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, just give me a sign. That's when I go and tweet some shit. Like, and I tweet some shit, but I always know that whatever I tweet or whatever I put out on social media, right, it's gonna make people think, or it's gonna make another person to rebut me, whatever it is, and whatever the result of that is.
Yeah, bro.
It is what it is. But then, like, to know that like niggas are actually like getting angry, like getting like, I hate this nigga. Like, damn, bro. Like,
damn, bro.
Like, damn, like shit. Wait until I start like making music or like opening up more businesses, and like, dude, you might as well assassinate me, G.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to come at me, like it's like, do I have to? But I still move around. I go everywhere. I'm in Blacktown. I'm in Mount Druitt. You know what I mean? I've been told not to go to certain areas. I've been told I'm everywhere, and I'm just still like doing shit that I do, and like
like with the therapy, right?
Yeah.
What has that taught you?
It has taught me that like a lot of people's pain and agony, right? Some of it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
You know, it has literally nothing to do with you.
And like, how long you been seeing the therapist for?
I've been seeing the therapist as soon as I started getting bread.
Ooh.
Because like I realized, I was like, fuck, man, like, because it's like I started like, you know, when you like start seeing like everything get the best of you, like a hate comment, fuck, you get angry.
You start getting like irritated, eh?
You start getting irritated.
Or like reactive to it.
Getting reactive to it, or like you look at like, because I remember like just even thinking of like, about like me doing, working hard here in Australia, like, because the times when I was even working as a fundraiser, I'll be like doing like 40 hours a week, you know what I mean? Like 50 hours a week doing road trips and shit like that. Like, cause dude, it's not only like through, like Swanky that I make my money. Like Swanky, it's still not even breaking even. We're not even making money like that. You know that we do events. The shit is crazy out here.
It's a roller coaster, bro.
It's a roller coaster. Like one event might be good, the next event might be
shit.
But the thing is, if people are having good time and
the grass is not as green as it looks,
man. If people knew that, if people knew how,
they would never know, bro.
They would never know. It's like, I don't know, people as soon as they see like someone giving like dollar bills at the bar or some shit like that, it's probably it's all Gucci's money.
Yeah,
he's eating like that, bro.
How much did you make the last one? How much did you do this? Bro, they never ask how much time you spent. They never ask how much money you spent,
bro.
How much headache you're dealing with. They never ask that.
Dealing with police, dealing with like
complaining people,
people's complaints, dealing with people's abuse, people coming to parties drunk, people trying to like. Just all this shit that you have to deal with, and it's like, like.
But like you said, bro, how you're talking about like the therapy you learned that.
Yeah.
It's their problem, not yours.
It's like that's what I mean. A lot of people's like, it's mostly like a reflection of themselves, man.
Yeah.
And it's like I even see that like through like when there was like this whole situation where people were trying to hate on like my family members, cousins of mine who got falsely accused for doing all these crimes throughout New Zealand and shit like that. And I saw like people's reactions on Twitter, friends of friends like tweeting, people coming at me, people trying to involve me as a third party.
And trying to drag you
trying to drag me into the pit. You know what I mean? And I saw all that. I was
drag my man through the mud, nah.
I saw all that shit. I was like, wow, this is the world we're living in. Like,
yeah, bro.
Where like you are just like guilty by just just by being associated with someone, I just like, I wonder how many innocent people have actually like ended up committing suicide.
Yeah, bro.
From all these things that take place, and then like the actual
from like accusations and
accusations, shit. And I'm like, I just saw this shit. And I was just like, fuck, man. I saw like just the whole other side to the to the other coin. You know what I mean? And I saw.
Tell me about this.
Yeah.
Like with all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about cancel culture. What's your thoughts on cancel culture? See how they try to drag your name through something that had nothing to do with you?
But then that's what I mean. Like even to this day, like anytime my name pops around in wherever, whether if it's in the local scene or like whether there's articles being written about what I've done, or whether if it's like donating money to a cause or whatever it is that I've done, like, because the thing is, what people don't realize is like there's like complaints that our company receives from like just all this. So it's like it's a hierarchy of just like complaints and just like people just wanting to dispute.
Here's what I reckon of cancel culture, right? Now it depends on the situation, all right. But what I reckon, because sometimes they just take bullshit and just make it a big thing. My thoughts are, I reckon they're all like a bunch of cocksuckers that want to be the person that they're trying to cancel, right?
Oh, true.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, if someone does something fucked up, then that's a different.
It's a different
but
story.
They could literally just make up anything about you. Let's say you don't let someone into your event.
Yeah.
They go, Edgez is this, Edgez is that, and then the internet will believe anything. You get me?
Yeah, like I've seen that happen.
And they're never like trying to discover like why this person is saying this about this person.
Yeah.
They just jump straight to the wave.
Yeah, it's just jumping straight to the wave.
You get me?
And like being part of and wanting to be accepted.
Yeah.
It's like people just.
That's what I mean. They're all like a bunch of cocksucking dick riders. They just jump in one wave that they don't know what the fuck is going on, and try to drag someone's name through the mud.
You said
right?
It best.
Without having evidence of what's going on. What's going on? And now it depends. If someone does something fucked up, then that's a whole different story.
But the fucked up thing is like, for me, like, I just laugh.
Yeah.
Because they like the funny thing is like everyone else in the media, when they see something popping, whatever it is, they're like, oh shit, I can make money of this. So it's like they'll publish that shit on all their articles, put it on all the major tabloids. People will click. People will see 30-minute ads, 30 seconds ads, and they'll make revenue from this shit. So it's like even sometimes when people hate on me, I've had people hate on me like on social media every way, just about any type of way, bro. From like since I was like 16. You know what I mean? So it's like whenever I see that, I'm like, oh fuck, like by me reacting to some of these hate comments, I just received like 5,000 views and 50 new subscribers. Yeah. Like, I just built a whole community of hate. So I'm just like, you know what? You gotta turn that shit into a positive, and then like,
how do you think we could change the narrative around
cancel culture?
Right. So like, let's say, how could we stop everyone just jumping on the bandwagon that they don't know nothing about and try to crucify someone?
Fact check your facts, or just calm down before you jump onto to some bullshit. Because it's like
100%.
The thing is, when before that situation happened to me, right? Like not to me, but to my other family members and to everyone else who I've known or have seen other people that I've known personally being attacked or false information being spread about them, right? I just started to have a whole outlook on what I saw, and I was like, you know what? Anytime when something happens, I'm not gonna be the first person to jump onto a bandwagon. I'm gonna try to do my own research and like be accurate about about what I'm actually jumping on board onto. But a lot of people still just want to be, they want to get the top comment so they can get clout off that.
Clout.
You know what I mean? Like, get the top comment. That's what I mean. This whole Instagram, they'll be going mad on social media talking. But the thing is, what people don't realize, especially in a small community, wherever it is, you're losing opportunities by you being part of that. You're losing opportunities because it's like, if there's like plenty of other people that do events and promotions and do all this shit that I do, right? Throughout this whole country and this whole world. If they see you be part of that, what makes you think they're not gonna think that if they fuck up one day, you're gonna be the one doing that shit on them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why would they want to involve you into their shit? And you're the same people that are screaming and itching for opportunities and all this shit and itching to want to be this star and get all this praise and be successful and do tours and do. It's like, nah, bro. And that's the whole thing where people just want to take. Feed me, feed me, feed me. I want it now. I want it now. I want success. I want to be glorified. I want to be this. And the more I'm now like working behind the scenes, I see the power of not being on the limelight, not having the attention on me, not being the person like on social media, like saying the most. Like I'd rather say some thought provoking shit. I'd rather say shit like, you know, two birds kills one stone. I'd rather say some poetic shit, like why would I like wanna fucking, cut my nose or like why would I like just all this shit that I've been saying like I don't want to tap into all the lyrics that I've been writing and shit like, but it's like all this shit like make people think 3 times before you tweet some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like say some thought provoking shit that's gonna like change someone's perspective on life.
How do you think we can improve the scene in Sydney?
We can't improve the scene in Sydney, cuz.
Why do you think we can't improve the scene?
Because it's.
And then after you answer that, I want to know your likes and dislikes about it.
Oh, man, because first of all,
how do we improve?
There is no scene in Sydney.
Right.
There is no. It's just people doing stuff. People doing stuff and people trying to seek for opportunity. And there's no blueprint. That's why everyone is lost. And everyone is not eating like that. And everyone wants to pretend as if they're getting bags and bags of bags, but they're not eating like that. A lot of these artists that want to tell you as if they're established, they're not really established like that. They still require like they still got like another side hustle to try and maintain what they do and live, a comfortable life. People are really still struggling out here. And COVID-19 exposed all that now. Yeah. You know what I mean? But what I hate are the ones that try to finesse everyone and try to make feel like, and then try to make you feel as if like, when you try to create opportunities for other people, you're now the person who's being attacked by trying to create something or trying to establish someone. You do one little mistake, motherfuckers want to come at you like you're Kanye West, or they want to hold you on some sort of a pedestal where you don't even have any room to make mistakes. Like all the greatest things or all the greatest artists that I look up to or the greatest entrepreneurs, business owners, they're all fucked up. They all made mistakes and they all fixed up what they were doing. But it's like, it has just made me want to move clean and move smart about the way I do things. And, that's the reason why, like, it's like all my shit is booming right now, and it's booming in a way where like I could literally go ghost and I'll still be able to start something.
Are you selective with like who you work with?
I've before when I started, I wasn't. I was trying to reach out to everybody. I was trying to work with everybody. Yeah. I was very eager to enter. But then think about this, like from my experience, I've seen people talk shit about each other from YouTube. I've seen people talk shit about each other in the corporate world. I've seen families and aunties talk shit about each other. I've seen brothers and sisters hating each other. I've just grown up in just like, and then I also grew up in a third world country where like motherfuckers were like killing each other for voting for separate parties. You know what I mean? I grew up in that environment. Yeah. So it's like seeing all that shit, like it does kind of like make you look at the world like, oh shit, like this is how, it's always gonna be.
I think that little bug is back here. Let me text this guy, tell him to keep the volume down, bro. Yeah. But yeah, for someone like, right, that looks at you and looks up to Edgez, right? Like a young African guy or white guy, whatever, right? That think Edgez is living a mad life but doesn't know what stress that comes behind him. What would you give him, like, at the start of their entrepreneurial?
But, like, first of all, I don't know. I hope I've never portrayed that I'm living a nice life. Yeah. Like, I never...
But people assume, right? Because you're running all these big stuff, bro. So they're going to be like, this guy is, like, the grass is green as fuck.
Yeah, but then it's like, there's still, like, heaps of stresses. And
that's what I mean. Like, what would you tell them? Because they don't know. They just look at you. They look up to you. Like, what message would you give them?
I'll tell them to, like, look after their family, first of all. Yeah. And second of all, to look after their mental health. And, and also to know that, like, they with everything that's good, it takes mad risk for you to get it. It
Yeah.
doesn't come easy, and like you dealing with, people scrutinizing you and people telling you and people giving you feedback. However bad the feedback might sound, whether if it's you being roasted or whatever it is, take it with a, take it. Just take all that pain.
Take all that pain.
Take all that pain and turn it into something positive, man.
Yeah, 100.
Because it's like everything that I've faced, whether if it's like people bullying me for having like a big head, like, or for being chubby, or for being like, like talking a certain way, because English is my third language.
Yeah, bro.
Or people just like making fun of me for whatever the situation may be. It's like I've taken that adversity and I've built so many great things out of it, and it's like, like the value proposition of all the things that we run now are up in the millions now, and we're very happy with that. But it's like I'm still here. I'm still looking at myself. I'm like, fuck, like, what does this mean when at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? Am I really truly fulfilled? Sometimes there are days where I think about dropping some of the shit that I'm doing so I can just like.
I got a question for you. Yeah, go on, finish.
So I can just have more inner peace, man.
Yeah, right. This is the question. Do you think like once you achieve them goals, right?
Yeah.
You hit certain milestones. Do you think happiness comes with this? Is what I reckon. Yeah. Once you achieve something, right? You think that it's gonna be like mad and this and that. Sometimes when it comes with more stress.
Bro, I'm telling you, I think was it Drake the other day who put up a post saying some.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he put up some shit like, with hard work you get rewarded with more harder work.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like though, it's like I thought like by
It feels like you dig a hole for yourself, eh?
In a way, but but for me, I'm not though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like every day I'm just reaching new heights.
That's what I mean. Like the higher you go, like it never ends. Like it just
never ends. But then if you stop, then you could find. I feel like, I might like. It's like the fact that I know if I keep on working this hard, and I keep on working all these different ideas that I do, all these different ventures. It's like I'm gonna build a better life for my family, and I've already, I'm on my way to doing that, and that's the aim. That's the angle, and it's like, as you get to address very simply. I don't try to like, do the most. With
this nigga got on Crocs right
now.
Yeah,
I got Crocs right now, bro. Like I just try to keep things very fucking simple.
Comfy vibes,
and try to just live a simple life. And like, I try to be very real with people and very honest about this business that they want to tap into, or like this creative industry that they think, because people, when they enter this industry, they feel as if they're like moving into the promised land. It's like,
yeah, bro.
Nah, bro. Everyone is trying to scheme off you, cuz. Everyone's trying to scheme off you, and like the people that have good intentions behind they're doing, right? They're the ones that cop the most heat, because they really out here trying to change shit. But then people don't want things to change because they're benefiting from it. Kind of like the niggas in Parliament right now, bro. These niggas, they don't want shit to change, bro. They want shit to just move the certain way. Because it's like even the whole COVID situation, man. I'm telling you, bro. The niggas making money off this shit. And whenever like shit is about to end, they bring out some new nigga.
They bring a new drop.
Now they're bringing out that nigga Omarion. You know what I mean? Before there's this one called IDU or some shit, like some bullshit.
That's a new drop on the way.
Yeah, the new drop, bro. Like they're fucking pumping this shit out like CDs. Like, yeah, bro. It's a Blueprint Part 1, Blueprint Part 2, Part 3. It's like this is how like, man, this is probably the most honest I've ever been.
I like it, bro.
On a podcast, but I feel like
PC podcast. We bring real people. We talk real shit. Nothing filtered. There's no cap. It's just like raw as it gets. You know what I mean?
And it's like,
if you fuck with it, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to it, man. Like,
give it a thumbs up. No,
this is some. Like, I feel real out here. Like I'm out here.
It feels good, yeah. Like just having like mad, like genuine honest conversations.
Because it's like, bro,
how
like,
we can like sort ourselves out, right? You dig?
It's like even like with the way Swanky is built, like the whole thing was built to not make it commercial. I'm already doing all these things that are already commercialized, where everything is all about profit.
Yeah.
Whereas when we first started, this thing was about trying to push all these people. But it's like when we first started, we got all these expenses that we gotta meet, and people in the community, there's no community, bro. A community, people actually.
What do you mean by there's no community?
There's no community because.
And before you answer that, please, guys, if you're hearing that bass, we apologize, but
there is no community because what defines a community?
fuck, I don't know, but you tell me.
Go search that up on Google. What defines a community?
Read about it.
And if you tell me all the shit that you see within the music industry or whatever it is, and you try and tell me it's a community, it's not a community. Because, you know, I've seen people receive shorter end of the stick. I've seen people complain about their deals. I've seen people complain about like people. I've seen people lie. I've seen people cheat. I've seen people like succeed through it all, and you know, I've seen people being falsely accused of shit that they've never done in their whole entire lives.
Yeah.
I've seen people like just all kinds, and I've seen people who try to act all clean and dandy, but they're the most filthiest motherfuckers on this universe, bro. And they work for all these big corporations, and they want to like, yeah, kids, I've been, you know, and they try to be like this whole like Father Christmas shit. It's like, nigga.
What's the most fucked up thing in the corporate world that you ever experienced?
Oh man, like
I want to hear it.
Oh, bro, man, this one actually kind of did leave me a bit traumatized.
Oh yeah.
Like this happened. I think I told you about this. 2020.
I feel we had a call about it.
Yeah, like 2020, I got racially abused. Someone called me a useless, sensitive nigger.
Right.
And they also called me a black cunt.
Damn.
Unprovoked.
Right.
In a taxi where, you know how taxis, they record audio and shit like that? Unprovoked. Like, there were witnesses in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you know, it happened when I was living out in the city at the time. And I was living out in Millispond at the time. And I was, like, doing well and you know, succeeding and shit. Like, yeah, got attacked, man. And, like, you know, I had to, like, ask the person, why would you call me that? And the person was like, well, you know, like, this is how I joke. And I was like, this is not a joke.
This ain't no fucking joke, nigga. Nah.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, thank God I didn't react in any aggressive way. And this is what I feel like. The way I've also now learned, like, by you know, going to, you know, like, counselors and seeking mental health advice and all this shit. Like, I've learned how to react to certain situations when people attack me, when people provoke me, when people spread false information about me, right? I've learned to just, like, react, you know, in a way where, like, I can still hold myself with pride and dignity. You know what I mean? I can, like, you know, by breathing techniques or, like, by either just, like, being able to talk to someone and, like, be like, yo, why would you call me that? Like, by not, because usually with the way I was raised and shit that I saw, you know what I mean? Like, and just, you know, having anger as a young 20-something-year-old person,
yeah,
you'd want to punch the dude, man. I wanted to knock this guy out, bro. But
you should have. See,
that's what I mean. That's the whole thing. You should have. I know a lot of niggas told me like you should. Bro, if I was there,
what did you do?
I just called the cops. I did the widest thing in that whole situation, cuz. Listen.
PC podcast, like, subscribe, and fucking comment.
Listen. I called
this
the
nigga
cops.
called the feds.
I called the feds because I was living in that area. You know, I was living in that area. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use my Karen rights. I told the cops, explained the situation. I live here. You know what I mean? My house is like 400 meters away. You know, like
you were living right by the Harbour Bridge. We used to go for walks.
Yeah. I told him like this is my area. You know what I mean? Like I'm very disappointed about this. This person called me this. There's video footage of him calling me this in this taxi. You know what I mean? And the witnesses don't want to comply.
Right.
The witnesses wanted to protect their boss.
So you had like evidence of it.
You know what I mean? And then like I had to go to the police station, make a statement. The guy refused to remain silent. White guy, bro. All these people, white people. And that's when I saw. And the thing is, there are a lot of people here in this country who are just as ignorant, whether they may be like from a different country or they may look white. They still just have that same ignorance of like they don't know, or they joke about it privately, or they're racist. Like
so basically, right? Because when we had that convo about it, right?
Yeah.
They weren't just only race. They were racist to like every Nash, right?
Man,
they were cracking jokes about it, like.
They were not cracking jokes about, like, they were trying to, like, they were not cracking jokes about, not that, it was just about me.
Yeah.
It was, like, the whole night, man, the person was asking me about my...
No, prior to the night that comes to your situation, because you were working with the people, right?
Nah, like this person I wasn't working with.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like this person because I was open.
So what did you end up doing with the situation?
I sued the company.
Yeah.
Yeah, sued the company, and I did what I had to do, and I won the case. You know what I mean? And like I was happy with the turnout. You know, I had to withdraw the situation, and I had to deal with it in a peaceful way. And I can't disclose the company's name. I can't disclose the full events. What take place?
What do you think the nigga from the area would have done?
You know what I mean?
Would have bashed the guy first.
That's what I mean. You'd have listen.
Not me. Don't,
listen. If I had bashed the guy, listen. Tell you, I would have been in jail. Yeah. This shit would have been in China, and this was around the time when the whole Black Lives Matter situation was happening.
Oh yeah.
So it's like when he said those comments, I was furtherly like triggered. I was like shook. I was like, this nigga brave. How the fuck you gonna say that to me? Like unprovoked too? You know what I mean? Like I'm one of the most like PC people.
PC.
Like, you know what I mean? I try to be very PC.
What do you mean by PC?
PC is like I try to be politically correct so that I can like respect everyone in different environments. You know, when someone comes and they tell me that they want to be called they, I'm gonna call them they. Well, they won't call me them. They don't call me shit. I try to respect everyone. I try to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Because you become mindful when you start to open your mind and start to look at things from different angles. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen. These days, bro, like, how you doing? Like, where's your head at? Mental state? How you doing with girls? Like, what's going on with you?
Right now, I'm having fun. You know what I mean? I'm having fun.
What's the women like these days, bro?
I don't talk about that.
Why? Come on.
I don't talk about that.
This is PC podcast, Presidential Circle. Frame PC. It don't concern us.
Nah, like, it's all love and peace, man. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like from the shit that I've seen recently, everyone is all about, like, clout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
people trying to come up off you?
Come off of me or accuse me or tell me that like I have fake followers or I have like this or I've got like cars, I've got all this shit, I've got you know what I mean? Like all these little accusations or like I don't have money or like the fact that I dress casually, I'm not rich, whatever. And I'm like, nigga, I'm not even rich, bro. Like I'm broke as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm seeing myself. I'm like, I got so many expenses to cover. I got people to pay. Right. I got bills to think. I got mouths to feed. I got like family members that rely on me. You know what I mean? So it's like
I respect it, bro, because you're trying to grind. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to grind, bro. Because it's like, bro, like this country, bro, we get text a lot, bro.
Yeah,
we get text a lot. Like
so we're trying to dodge them ATO.
Shout out to the ATO. Shout out to the ATO. But it's like that's what I mean. Just being real with people, man. It's like you start to see, this whole false image that people try to present, and then I see for what it is, and I'm like, dude, like everyone here getting taxed a lot in this country, man. Like, let's be real with ourselves. Let's not try to front. Like, I'm very happy about like the publicity that I've been receiving, but every piece of publicity, it comes with negative connotations to it.
What can we look up from you, bro? What do you got coming up? I know that you're a busy guy, but like for our 5 subscribers, what can you tell them though?
I don't know. Just I might do a couple events here and there if the government allows me to do it. I might try to, be calm. You know what I mean? I might try to like be low. You just keep calm.
You gotta go low key for a bit.
Yeah, just because honestly, bro, I just want to keep quiet, man. Like I feel like this is probably the loudest. And honestly,
this is exclusive content from the men.
Like I never talk about half of this shit that I just said, but it's like
exclusive content.
Like, cause it's hard to talk about these things, especially as a black person. Cause it's like to go on a platform where I can say what I'm saying right now, and not be scrutinized or like be like people trying to like, what do you mean by that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
On some Drewski shit, like
this is a PC podcast, but it's nothing politically correct. You come, you say what you feel. Like, you know what I mean?
But I'm telling you, man, like,
I appreciate you sharing, like, some of that.
You gotta, if you get in the bag, the girls will come.
Yeah.
If you get in the bag, the girls will come.
Take notes,
You know what I mean? If you're working hard for yourself, the girls will come. If you like boys, the boys will come. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if you love they, them, whatever it is, like, they will all come. Like, everything will come, but then you have to filter what matches within your heart. You know what I mean? Everything will come, like, cause it's like I'm seeing this shit coming at me, and I'm like, no, not now. You know what I mean? Like, not now. Like, oh no, like not now. I'm even having to filter like even people who want money from me. I'm like, nope, I can't pay you right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't do this right now. Nope, I don't have time to talk to you. I don't have time for these articles. I don't have time for, I've got projects that I'm working on. I've got like movies me and my brother we're working on.
Yeah.
We even have like, shows we want to do, skating related shows. We're working on a whole website, like full stack web developers.
Yeah.
That shit is expensive.
Yeah.
But then one thing I'm just realizing, like, people really do, when you're being true to yourself, man, people respect that. Whether you're an idiot or smart, but if you're being the idiot that you are, and you're being real with with your idiotism, I'm being African right now, but if you're being idiotic,
boy, you reckon you can press the thing because I'm about to hit a 30-minute mark? Yeah.
People will love your honesty, and like I'm telling you, bro. I've never been the smartest person in the room, but I've always been the honest person, or the person who's gonna like try to think outside the box. You know what I mean? Or the person who's gonna actually do what they say.
Yeah.
Like if I tell you like I want to do an event and I'll bring 500 people, I'll market the shit to 500 people who are gonna come up to it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna push through.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna hit an hour mark, eh?
Hey, anyways, it's been fun. Shout out to the president's circle. I'm trying to be honest right now.
Yeah, it's honestly.
I'm not even lit or anything like that. It's just me.
This is pure like organic shit.
Pure organic shit, man. But
real shit.
You, Gucci,
PC
man,
podcast.
The girls will come.
Yeah. Hurry up and come. Nah. Oi, Edgez, bro. You're fucking sick, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for putting me on here, man.
100%.
I appreciate it. Thought I'd just be honest. Be up front, you know what I mean? Like
PC podcast. Like, subscribe, comment, all the shit YouTubers do. We're trying to grow this shit, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
More shit to come soon. Where can they find you?
Just find me on Edgez X on Instagram, or like on any platform, man.
Follow Edgez X, follow Swanky Array, Skate Bonus, all the good shit. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You're the man, bro. If it ain't PC, don't concern us.
Yeah, nah, like, yo, shout out to ATO. I know you're listening.
Fuck the ATO.